Let's go.
Southampton arrived at the Stadium of Light having stolen our best striker and nearly taking our right winger. More than that, they arrived in apparently fearsome form as the second highest scorers in the division behind Norwich and completely dominating possession against all other opponents. They came in with an undefeated record and looking to win their first 3 away games for the first time ever in their history. Perhaps the most terrifying of all was that they are the most successful team in regaining possession within the first 6 seconds of losing the ball. And they top the passes per defensive action metric. This is the amount of times a team allows the opposition to pass the ball before a tackle, foul or challenge. So we were in for a lot of pressure today then. Mowbray selected the same team that kept a clean sheet last week at Coventry, with the only change being a positional one of swapping Ballard and 09 in the centre-half slots. And instead of trying to challenge Southampton, he devised a rope-a-dope plan to roll with the punches. You see, Southampton have conceded the 3rd most goals in the division coming into this game, and they hadn't kept a clean sheet in the previous 17 competitive matches. The first 90 seconds of the game played out in a microcosm of this plan.
And the transfer window has now slammed shut.
Right from kick-off, Southampton pressed fast and hard and stole the ball off Dennis Serkin.
Sunderland and Southampton can now concentrate on matters in the Championship.
Adam Armstrong took a shot.
Armstrong quickly has it for Southampton, fires in the first shot, and it's deflected behind.
And from the corner, Dan Neil lashes it up to Abdullah Ba, who has kept a relatively high position in comparison to the rest of his team, and we're away, in behind them.
And there's an opportunity for Sunderland to try and...
Ba holds the ball up well, spreads it wide, and Hume puts up a gift at the back post.
Here is Hume. That's a decent ball into the penalty area, and it's a dream start for Sunderland. Jack Clarke within a minute.
Mowbray's game plan then was to sit compact in defence and use Southampton's press to exploit the acres of space behind them with fast transitions on the counter. On set pieces and defensive actions, we would often leave a winger extremely high, explicitly for this purpose.
He then brought Trai Hume into the play, and it's a delicious ball into the penalty area, no question of offside. Jack Clarke timing his run perfectly and stooping to conquer to give Sunderland the lead. What a cross in from Trai Hume into that corridor of uncertainty.
From the restart, Southampton's effort at this play was rather more lacking. They looked sharp and they passed well, but did little with it.
Now Walker-Peters. Kumara. Walker-Peters is forward.
But they continued to press high and fast, putting us under pressure.
Part of the previous campaign and never really got his place back on a regular basis. 09. Well, Patterson's clearance was closed down by Mara. Here is Downs.
It was only a nasty foul by Manning that gave us some respite.
Well, got the ball away and then he was really crunched by Manning. And that's a nasty one.
Luke 09 pumped the ball upfield.
Just a word, no card.
Ba leapt like a salmon and Job showed great skill to make the space.
Ba, now Bellingham.
But there was nothing on and the ball was recycled to Ekwah, who let rip with one of his howitzers.
Fired in by Ekwah!
Shit the bed. We're 2-0 up.
Sunderland double their lead.
It's 8 minutes. That's Ekwah's first ever league goal.
And the youngsters are really coming to the fore.
But replays showed it was going wide before a deflection turned it into the corner.
Unbeaten so far this season in the Championship, but undone again. And Ba involved again, and Pierre Ekwah with the help of a deflection.
About time a deflection went our way, eh?
And Southampton do not know what's hit them here.
Russell Martin once had a rant when managing MK Dons and said he refused to play in a different way when questioned.
And then all of a sudden it's like, you need a plan B. No, we need to get better at what we do. We need to solve more problems, being us with the...
Talking of having a plan B was a myth, he said. There is no plan B. Plan B is simply to do plan A better. So, Southampton didn't blink. Instead, they doubled down on their rushing and pressing. And so it went.
But Sunderland looking so dangerous every time they cross the halfway line at the moment. Excellent ball. Dack. Sunderland expansive once again. Here is Clarke.
Southampton pressed with the ferocity of rabid dogs, and Sunderland cut them open time and time again on the counter.
And here is Ba. Bellingham in support. Clarke waits at the far post. Ba continues alone.
Ba and Clarke were excellent outlets in this game plan today, frequently holding the ball up and stretching the Saints' back line. But Southampton got their chances, and they had a penalty claim turned down.
The cross back in, appeals for a penalty.
Looking at it, they were hard done by here. Dack clearly takes his foot away, and it should have been a penalty.
It was Dack who made the challenge on Manning. And it didn't seem he got anything of the ball.
But I'm glad it wasn't. The complexion of the game might have changed if that had happened.
Ballard is able to clear.
As nerves jangled, Southampton had a period of sustained pressure. It resulted in shots for Smallbone and Edozie, but they were long shots, and we managed things pretty well.
Given away. Here is Edozie. Allowed to travel a long way, but the shot is wayward.
That was not enough to stop us breaking away yet again.
Two crowds in excess of 40,000 for the two league games here already this season. Another big one, enjoying the sunshine and the scoreline so far here today. Clarke taking on Walker-Peters, going beyond him, but winning the corner in the end.
And again.
Holgate got there first, but here is Ekwah again.
But on this occasion, Dack asks too much of Ba.
Here is Ba.
And it just kept coming for Sunderland.
Neil, challenged by Downs, typical Flynn Downs challenge. But here is Clarke, direct running once again, right at the heart of the Southampton defence.
They were utterly terrified of Jack Clarke. Mason Holgate, on his debut, showed just what another astute signing Saints have made when he scythed down Jack Clarke for a free kick just outside their own box.
Just blocking the run off on the edge of the penalty area. Clarke in full flight, cut down by Holgate.
Whilst Dack took the free kick, Neil and Ekwah were having a conference. And after this, they were to be seen man-marking Southampton midfielders up the pitch into their own half.
Yeah, Ekwah maybe fancying another shot from long range. But Bradley Dack having words with his former Blackburn teammate Adam Armstrong. He may have a clue where this is going. But it's Bradley Dack, beaten away by Bazunu, and a missed kick inside the penalty area. What a chance for 3-0 for Dennis Serkin.
But they knew what they were doing.
Holgate.
As Ekwah tracked his man forward and then stepped out to intercept the ball from Mason Holgate, he smashed it home from 30 yards past Bazunu, who demonstrated hands like an empty crisp packet.
But Ekwah goes for goal! No doubt that's his this time.
And for the second time today, Pierre Ekwah had scored his first ever professional league goal. No doubt about that one.
Southampton's unbeaten record left in tatters. Pierre Ekwah. It's his first senior goal. Holgate looking to play out, straight to Ekwah. The shimmy, found some space, and then the finish, catching out Bazunu at the near post. He looks a real talent at 21 years of age. The second goal was taken off him, but there's no doubt that Pierre Ekwah scored that one.
And then a breathless first half eventually came to an end.
That is half time. And what a first half for Tony Mowbray and Sunderland. The Stadium of Light, Sunderland 3, Southampton 0.
Southampton made 2 changes at the break in an effort to get back into the game. Ryan Fraser came on the left and Che Adams up top to try and latch onto his crosses. But with Mowbray's warning about the Burnley comeback ringing in their ears from the half-time team talk, Sunderland refused to let up. Right from the kick-off we stole the ball and Bellingham nearly scored.
Fraser coming on at half-time, but Sunderland attacking right from the start. Bellingham just has the cross taken away from him.
And we pressed.
Back to Bazunu, who was certainly culpable for the third goal, scored by Pierre Ekwah. Had little chance with the first two.
Ekwah turned into space and made a lovely ball for Clarke, who passed it on to Sirkin.
Here is Clarke, and he tormented Southampton.
And with the cross going in, Bradley Dack was there to smash the ball at Bazunu, but it fell to Ba, who drove it back in, and Dack...
And it's 4-0! This is incredible! Bradley Dack's first goal for Sunderland. Southampton was sleepy at the start of the game, and they've replicated that at the start of the second half. Sirkin with the cross in, Dack with the header, beaten away by Bazunu, and when it was returned in by Ba, Dack was there to pick up the pieces.
There was no way back from here, and even the commentator had some advice for the travelling Southampton fans.
It's a long trip home. May as well start it now.
With nothing other than plan A for Russell Martin's team, they looked bereft of ideas in possession.
Bednarek.
They seemed frightened to lose the ball now. Plan A continued to be kicked in the face and made to stand in the corner for Southampton, as space opened up everywhere on the pitch for us.
Clarke. Southampton have not been able to cope with him. Bazunu makes the save and clings on at the second attempt. While Southampton here are absolutely wide open. This could be anything.
But they put together a short period of attack, and Holgate tried desperately to redeem himself with a strike from distance that Pato got lucky with.
And Patterson was fortunate. Well, Mason Holgate almost marking his debut with a goal. Struck it well through a crowd of players, and Patterson there.
On the hour mark, Mowbray readied his subs, and he showed no sign of resting on the scoreline. Pritch came on for Dack and Hemir for Job. Sunderland continued to defend well, and we still got our chances.
A couple of seasons ago,
Hemir got the ball and didn't panic here. He didn't lash it. He tried to make space before hitting the shot.
Well, and again, and it's wide. Deflected wide for a corner.
You know, I think he is a talent. If we look after him, he will become a great player.
Will be on shortly for Southampton.
The more ferociously Southampton chased plan A, the more it played into Mowbray's tactics.
Looking for the free kick, but the referee allows Southampton to play on because they have the ball. And here is Downs again. Walker-Peters losing out. Here is Pritchard. And now Clarke again. Charles will try and deal with him.
And again.
Walker-Peters. Now Ba. Pritch. Great vision again.
Clarke was outstanding today. That lad's left leg has more tricks in it than a clown's pocket. As we enter the last 10 minutes, Mowbray sent on Chris Rigg and Jewison Bennette to give Ba and Clarke a rest.
The youngest player who was already...
Those two had done the job asked and run miles today. Excellent, the pair of them. But the game wasn't done yet. Ekwah won another challenge in the middle of the park, and Hemir showed good awareness to stay on side with his run here. Good effort.
There's no offside. It's Semedo bearing down on goal, and Bazunu with an excellent stop. One back by Ekwah. And Semedo running in behind. Got the benefit of the assistant's flag, but Bazunu made himself big.
Desperate shots were taken by Southampton, but they were to get no comfort at all today, as Dewey stole the ball in midfield and pirouetted out of challenges like that dreidel in Inception.
Southampton have given the ball away again, Bennette.
Only we weren't dreaming here. He crossed the ball, and Chris Rigg sent the Saints to hell.
Rigg! Well, what a lovely moment. The 16-year-old with his first goal of the championship. The perfect ending to Sunderland's perfect day.
This goal made Chris Rigg the youngest Sunderland League scorer in history, and the youngest EFL Championship scorer since Jude Bellingham. He looked like he didn't know what to do after scoring, and at the same time trying to do 4 things at once. And everyone was delighted for the lad.
16 years of age, with a towering far post header. Bennette with the party pieces, and when he got the ball back, he picked out Rigg, and he thundered home the header. And the baby of the Championship's youngest side rounds off an awful day for Southampton. 5-0. Everything he's done has come off today.
Mowbray and Dodds put together an outstanding plan to take Southampton apart today. Southampton arrived thinking that they are strong enough to simply steamroll the Championship and go straight back up, and they played right into Tony's hands. Good luck, Saints fans. Remember, Martin's other plan is just to do this one better. I hope to have footage of our players involved in the international break and lowdowns on new signings in the next 2 weeks, so if you like what I do, then give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and if you want to support me, consider joining me on Patreon. And I'll see you next time.